Hey guys, this is Stumpy from Parkour. Just wanted to do a shoe review on the Saucony Kinvara. This shoe is pros, one of the lightest shoes of the market. It weighs, I wear a size 11.5 and it weighs about 7.7 ounces. So it may not be the lightest shoe in the world, but that's definitely a top contender. It's actually based off of a track shoe design that Saucony, one of Saucony's original track shoes they first came out with, had this style uppers where it's all one seamless mesh. I don't know if you can really see that well. There's one seamless mesh to it. Underneath is just a little bit of padding, but super, super breathable. It's great. Is right now outside it's about 100 degrees on average. A great summer shoe. Not the greatest winter shoe out there, but you know, you can make do with it. Super thin material, super light. The grips are designed off, actually based off an old shoe that, again, one of Saucony's first running shoes, actually. I believe it's a track flat, if I remember right, or a cross-country flat. If you look at it, it uses the super light EVA materials, that's all the yellow you see, and then the black and the gray are all triangle-shaped lugs of pure rubber. So that gives you the grip you need, but they sit out on little shock pads, so you get a surprising amount of cushion for this guy. I mean, not quite like a beginner's parkour shoe, but you get a decent amount of cushion for you people that like to do heel striding. Now, what's cool about this too is for you heel strikers out there that are looking to convert your form to a forefoot striking, this is the shoe to do it. The reason why, heel is dropped about, I want to say 3 to 4 millimeters, don't hold me to that. So you sit almost flat in the shoe. Instead of sitting like an average shoe, you'll sit a little higher in the heel than you do in the forefoot. And what that lets you do is that lets you reach down to land on the ball of your foot, while as like it's very hard to do barefoot style running on like a normal running shoe, because your heel will crash to the ground first, even if you try. So that's going to be my pros to this. Good looking too, very clean, easy shoe. But for the cons, there is a couple downsides to it. The biggest and most important one for me anyway is it didn't last very long. I had mine for about 4 months, and it's already trashed. You can see there's rips. This material on the midsole is all tearing apart. There's tears in the front. It's worn down quite a bit in the center, especially these front lugs here. They look like they're about to be torn off. And I'm worried that's actually come from Parkour. And I'm going to keep running this out. I mean, like I said, it's a great shoe, but it may not be able to handle the stress Parkour does to a shoe. Trickers, on the other hand, I've been doing a lot of tricking in this too, and I find this is actually a really, really good shoe. It doesn't get too much grip like some of the stuff that like Vibram 5 Fingers might. Like, they don't stick too hard, so they tend to get a lot of forward grip and a lot of backwards grip. But if you spin them, it actually can break loose fairly easily, which is good, at least for me, just because I like to be able to pivot and spin around a lot. Oh, and the second con is the price tag. $90 for this shoe. I was lucky enough, I got it really, really cheap, but I'm not 100% sure if I'd be willing to spend $90 for another one of these. Like if I was a hardcore tricker, maybe. But at the same time, I have a set of Nike Free Runs, which aren't quite as light, but they're just as flexible and just as comfortable. If anything, they have a little bit more cushion than these guys do, and they're holding up much, much better. I've had about 5 months, and There's very little wear and tear to them. So, grip, as for like a point rating, lightness, 10 out of 10. This is the lightest shoe I've ever owned. Grip, 8 out of 10 for parkour. 9 out of 10 for like tricking or other like martial arts and stuff like that. Wear, 5 out of 10. It wore down just way too fast for me. I've been hearing a couple rumors about a Kinvara 2. I don't know if it's out yet or if it's going to come out soon, but supposedly it's going to be built with a little bit stronger materials while still keeping the lightness, so I'm going to cross my fingers. Cushion, 6 out of 10. It's very, very decent cushioning, especially for standard running. Don't expect a lot of shock absorption from your landings, and I wouldn't really recommend this for like a beginner chasseur or free runner, just because the heel doesn't have quite as much cushioning as I would like for a beginner. Style, 10 out of 10. I really like the styles these come in. They come in a bunch of different colors and they're all good looking. Feel, like just the way it feels on your foot, 9 out of 10. It feels great. I love the way it feels. My only drawback, I give it a 10 out of 10, but my only issue is just in standing around, my heel starts to hurt a little bit. Just like standing there talking, because again, it doesn't have that quite as much heel cushion as I would like. Support, 6 out of 10. It doesn't have like a high arch or really anything like that, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. That number just recommends like how high the arch is and stuff. It's not a bad thing if you don't need it. If you don't need the arch support or like cushions, a little extra cushion and stuff like that, then you're fine. But if you have high arches and things like that, you may put an insole in them or something, but I wouldn't recommend. It's not really that good for you. So all in all, I give this guy about a 7 out of 10. Super light, pretty comfortable, expensive, and wears down fast. Alright guys, I will see you later. Have a good night.